Okay, origination of design concept. Okay, unit 1 and 2 are related to morphology of design, and unit 2 is related to the first phase of morphology of design. Okay, that is the divergence phase, where you try to understand the need, and then you will state the problem statement by with the help of preliminary need statement. Then you are going to perform need analysis by considering specification, standard of performance, and constraints. Okay, that is the first phase of morphology of design. Next, origination of design concept is the second phase of morphology of design. Which is the second phase of morphology of design? First phase is divergence phase. Second phase is, which is the second phase? Hmm? Creative phase. Okay. So in creative phase, you are going to generate as many solutions for a design problem as possible. Okay. After understanding the need of a problem, in second phase, that is creative phase, you are going to generate as many solutions as possible. Okay. These are the topics included in 3: origination of concept, process of idealization, how you are going to think about generating ideas for a design problem, that is the process of idealization. Then mental fixity. Okay, what are the problems or what are the constraints to generate design solutions? Then some design methods like morphological analysis, analysis of interconnected decision areas, that is AIDA, brainstorming. Okay, we are going to discuss about all this in detail. And for your project work, you can make use of morphological analysis. Okay, that you will understand how you can make use of this morphological analysis in your project work that you are going to start from this semester and complete in next semester. You can make use of morphological analysis. If you are working on a project which includes design and fabrication, then you can obviously make use of morphological analysis in methodology. Okay. This is the objective. Upon completion of this unit, students shall be able to apply knowledge of system design to generate innovative ideas for solving engineering problems. Okay, next, creativity. Okay, what do you mean by creativity? You call someone as, okay, he is creative. When do you consider someone as creative? Shamant? Shamant?
Sir?
Okay, so what do you mean by creativity?
Thinking out of the box.
Thinking out of the box. Okay. What is there any difference between foolishness and creativity?
Sir, it is just about craziness of thinking, sir. It is not foolishness.
Okay.
How crazy we think.
Okay. So there are a few definitions related to creativity. Okay, so they are not the ultimate truth. Okay, again they are subjective. We can agree with these definitions. We can disagree. Okay, and here we are considering creativity with a focus on engineering design problem. Okay, so we are considering creativity requirements for a designer. Okay, we are not thinking about creativity in other fields like art, cinema, okay, or literature. We are not thinking about that. We are considering creativity for a designer of engineering products. Okay, one of the definition is origination of a concept in response to human need. Okay, that is a solution that is both satisfying and innovative. Okay, so in case of engineering design, always we are worried about feasibility of the solutions. So that's why if the solution is innovative, that is not sufficient. At the same time, it should satisfy the need of the consumer, or at least it should satisfy the requirement of the company or management of the company. Okay, So that's why it should be satisfying and innovative. If it is only innovative, okay, so it doesn't gain attention in engineering design. Okay, at the same time, it should be feasible. That means it should satisfy the needs of consumers or needs of the management of a company. Next, the demonstrable ability to get new and useful ideas for accomplishing engineering goals. Okay, if you come across a problem, then immediately you must be able to respond to that problem, and you should generate at least few solutions to the problem. That's why when you go for campus recruitment, some of the companies they conduct group discussion. Okay, during this group discussion, they will give you a topic. Based on that, immediately you have to react. So then they are observing your capability to respond to an unexpected situation. Okay, and how you work in a group. So this is one of the important capability or important skill needed for an engineer. Okay, these are the definitions of creativity. Next, an idea, a concept, a solution, or a product is creative or inventive or innovative only when it possesses the following characteristics. One is the quality of newness and uniqueness. Okay, newness means it should be there should be difference compared to the already existing products, already existing similar products. Okay, there must be some differences. That is the newness. Okay, again, uniqueness is also associated with the newness. So uniqueness means you cannot see these details in any of the available products. Okay, then that is unique. Okay, that is that feature is available only with this design idea or this product. So then that is considered as uniqueness. Quality that makes it useful or appreciated. Okay, so for an engineering okay, for a designer of engineering products, people will appreciate only when they can, if management of the company has to appreciate your design work, then they will think, it is possible to get more profit out of your design concept. If they are able to get more profit, they will appreciate your work. Okay, otherwise they don't recognize your work at all. Okay, so that is the problem with engineering design. The quality of elegance. Okay, so that means it must grasp the attention. Okay, so your idea should grasp the attention of consumers or the team in which you are working, or the management of the company must, okay, so must have good opinion or good outlook about your design idea. So that is the quality of elegance. These are the some of the requirements of creative solutions. Okay. The role of creativity has to be understood in the context of generating design ideas to solve the problem on hand. Creative thinking and analytical thinking. Okay, what is the difference between creative thinking and analytical thinking? What is the difference? What is the difference between creative thinking and analytical thinking? Akash?
Sir,
Oh, what is the difference between creative thinking and analytical thinking?
creative is in a new innovative way.
Oh,
Analytical is should work with engineering aspects.
okay. Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between creative thinking and analytical thinking?
In the case of creative thinking, we think in terms of innovative way, and in the case of thinking,
Okay, in simple way, you can say, okay, in creative thinking, we don't worry much about feasibility of the solutions, whether it is workable or not. We don't bother, or we don't think about whether your ideas can be implemented or not. That we don't think in case of creative thinking. We go on generating ideas. That is the creative thinking. In case of analytical thinking, we are going to analyze, okay, whether this solution is workable or not. Okay, whether we have enough resources to produce the product in this way. Okay, so that is analytical thinking. Analytical thinking is about the unworkable solutions, not feasible solutions. Whereas creative thinking is about generating as much solutions as possible. Okay. Creative thinking is divergent in nature and produces many ideas for solving a problem. Whereas analytical thinking is convergent in nature, which reduces ideas to one based on detailed analysis and evaluation. Next, why a businessman's son can easily become a successful businessman. A politician's son or daughter can easily become a successful politician. A lawyer's son can easily become a successful lawyer. An actor's son can easily become an actor. Okay, so some may have creativity and talent, some may not, but it is easy for them if their father is a successful actor. The possibility that the son or daughter becoming a successful actor or actress is more. Why? Then what is the scope for creativity? What are the factors which decide creativity in a person? Purna Chandra, what is the reason for this? Abdul Aziz.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why it is easy for a businessman's son to become a successful businessman? What is the reason?
Sir, in business cases, the investors will be knowing his father.
Okay. In case of actors, producers know his father. Huh? Okay, even in case of cricket also it will happen. Okay. So some of the family members of cricket players, they are also cricket players. Or even you can consider son or daughter of a musician. More possibility that they also will become or will be successful in the field of music. Why this will happen? What are the factors?
People will think they have been practicing from very young age.
Very engaged. Okay. Mukesh Ambani's father is also a businessman. Okay. Ratan Tata's father is also a businessman. Abhishek Bachchan's father is also a successful actor. Like that, we can find many examples. Okay. So even for creativity also, there are many other aspects. Okay, which will decide creativity in a person, like this. Okay, it is not only about exposure. Okay, so the factors such as intelligence, motivation, emotional stress, design environment, past training, social and cultural habits impose real limitations on the creative ability of a person. Okay, there are many factors which are going to affect or which will be having an impact on creative ability of a person. Okay, they are intelligence, then motivation that he is going to get in the environment in which he has been brought up. Okay, then emotional stress on him, then design environment. Okay, suppose if you are working in a company, okay, so there you will get a design environment. That means a team in which you are working. Okay, what kind of training you got, or what kind of team members have. Okay, then past training, social and cultural habits. Okay, so these two also play a very important role in creative ability of a person. Okay, in the previous example we consider why a business, it is easy for a businessman's son to become a successful business. The reason is because of social and cultural habits, because of the social capital they enjoy. Okay, the more possibility that they will become success. That doesn't mean every businessman's son will become a successful businessman. That doesn't happen. We know in case of Ambani brothers itself. Okay, Mukesh Ambani is a successful businessman, whereas Anil Ambani, okay, so he has to pay huge loan to most of the banks. Okay, he's a defaulter to most of the banks. Okay, but this social and cultural habits play a very important role. That means the family in which you have been brought up. Okay, so the environment, family environment also play a very important role. Okay, so there are so in this book, okay, so Pierre Bourdieu is a French intellectual. He works a lot about this social and cultural habits. Okay, how it will have an influence on a person, on an individual becoming successful. Okay, so there are many in a country like India. Okay, so we have many differences based on caste, religion, and other things. Okay, so there are many deprived classes. Okay, because for them it is difficult to come up in life because of the a lack of social capital. Okay, they don't enjoy social capital. Okay, because of that reason it is difficult for them to come up in life. They have to face a lot of hurdles compared to others, compared to those who enjoy social capital. Okay, so in our in the society like ours, the social capital will be provided by caste. Okay, a particular caste, a dominant caste can provide social capital. Okay, and even habitat. So that means if you born in a musician's family, it is easy for you to become a musician compared to others. Okay, and again, so this is if you can read Kannada, you can understand this. Okay, otherwise also, if you have money, okay, so you can easily transfer. If you have 1 lakh rupees, you are give 1 lakh to your friend or anyone, easily you can give 1 lakh rupees, but it is difficult to transfer this social capital. Okay, you cannot transfer your cash to your friend. Okay, that you can easily understand why social capital plays a very important role. If you have money, if you have 1 crore, if you are willing to hand over it to any other guy, any other person, immediately you can hand over it, but you cannot hand over your skills. Okay, you cannot hand over your skills immediately. It may take 5 years, 10 years. Okay, you cannot hand over your caste, your religion. So these are the problematic areas. Okay, that's why we have reservation and other things. Reservation is to overcome the problem of the social capital. Okay, that is nowhere related to financial capital. It is not related to reservation. Is not about having money. It is about having social capital. Okay, it is provided for the deprived class who lacks the social capital. Okay, if you have to understand social capital in proper way. Okay, so that is about, even for creativity, the social capital and habitat plays a vital role. Okay, next creative attitude. Okay, so in order to become a creative person, or in order to become a successful design engineer who can generate new solutions for problems, you must have creative attitude. Okay, what do you mean by this creative attitude? Nandan? Nandan? Nandan ji? Devachandra.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do you mean by creative attitude? Creative attitude ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು?
ಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Okay. Dhanush Naik. Okay, so creative attitude means, so you should have positive outlook. Okay, a designer should be optimistic. That means he should have hope. Okay, so in his ideas, a designer should be optimistic, cultivate positive outlook, and build self-confidence, which are essentially the ingredients of creative attitude. Okay, so if you come up with creative ideas, usually people will laugh at you. Okay, ಏನೇನೋ ತಿಕ್ಲುತ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನೇನೋ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಏನೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. Okay, so ಇವನಿಗೇನೋ ತಲೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಹುಚ್ಚಿಡ್ದಿದೆ. So people used to criticize when they look at a new approach to a problem. Okay, people are also stick on to the existing solutions, existing way of living or way of thinking. That's why, okay, if you want to think in a creative way, okay, you must know the consequences, and you should have self confidence that I am right. Okay, I am thinking in a proper way, I don't worry about others. That is one of the major creative attitude required for a creative person. Okay, people will always criticize you. Need not worry. If you are in a right path, need not worry about the criticism. That is one of the important requirement for a designer who want to come up with new ideas. A designer should be optimistic. Okay, he must have confidence, he must have hope. Okay, and he should have positive outlook. Okay, ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನು ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Okay, you must have confidence. Some of the examples of desirable attitude, that means I must be able to solve this problem. Okay, so by looking at the problem, if you say, okay, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ solve ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, you don't go further to solve the problem. Okay, whether it is possible or not, you should put an effort to get a solution. Okay, I must be able to solve this problem. This is one of the positive attitude you can have. A little modification might make it to work. Okay, so usually in most of the engineering applications, what designer has to do is he has to do one or two some modifications in the existing products. Okay, so that may result in increase in efficiency of a product, or that may improve the aesthetic aspects of a product. Okay, so a little modification might make it to work. So now we can see what has happened with the corona vaccine. Okay, recently WHO has declared what it has declared about vaccines for corona. So none of the vaccine is effective. Okay, ಯಾವುದು effective ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ WHO announced recently. Even remdesivir, hydroxychloroquine. Okay, so after elaborate study, they found that these are not effective. Okay, but some leaders are very enthusiastic and they are very optimistic. Even some want to announce a vaccine on Independence Day also. We have leaders like that. Okay, so they don't have practical knowledge. Even though they don't have practical knowledge. Okay, they want to announce something and they want to gain audience. Okay, so even if you look at this, the overall process of finding new vaccine, or there is no existing vaccine for corona, finding vaccine for coronavirus. Okay, so it is also again the people or scientists who are working, they should have this positive approach. Otherwise, they have to stop working on finding vaccine for this virus, because there are many failures. Okay, from last almost 8 to 9 months, many companies or many scientists throughout the world are working to find vaccine for corona. Okay, there are many failures. Even though all these 5 failures also, people again they continue to work, okay, in search of a vaccine. Again, it is because of the attitude towards solving this problem. Okay. Similarly, a design engineer also should have a similar approach. Okay, should not get distractions from the failures. Okay, motivated from the failures. You should go on working. I shall try way others have not tried. Okay, this is another. I will do a particular thing in a different way. That is also another approach, another creative attitude. Okay, this doesn't work. I can't do. Okay, so these are the negative approaches that a creative person should not have. Okay, the designer to be creative should have an open mind to examine all possibilities of use of an idea before discarding it. You should use critical judgment to look for obstacles. This is in the next phase. Okay. A designer to be creative should have an open mind to examine all possibilities of use of an idea before discarding it. Okay, so there is one advertisement which was in news from past 4 or 5 days. Okay, which was that advertisement? Tanishq ad. Okay, again, advertisement is a field of it is a creative field. Okay, where many people were working on concepts. Okay, so that they can convince people about their product. Okay, so even Tanishq is a jewelry brand of Tata company. Okay, they come up with a new concept of advertising their product, that is Ekatvam. Okay, that is oneness. And even a advertising agency who took this project, okay, they come up with an ad immediately. Okay, in Twitter, some people started arguing that okay, this ad will do that, like that. Then Tata company they take it back. So, but what are the consequences of this kind of approach of the society towards its business aspirations or towards economic condition of a nation? Okay, if we have this kind of narrow approach, how it will affect the future prospects of us? Okay, if you go on dividing a society based on religion and based on caste, then there will be land order problem. If there is land order problem, investors don't come to our country. Okay, so if there is no investment, then there will be no jobs. When there are no jobs, then there will be more unemployment problem. Okay, recently IMF released statistics related to per capita GDP. Okay, I will look at the per capita GDP of the South Asian countries. Which country is having least per capita GDP? Huh? Huh? So recently IMF released data. Okay, according to that, so we are going to have a contraction of 10%, which is the highest in Asia. Okay, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Vietnam, they are performing very well than India. So we have to introspect what is going on in this country, why we are moving towards a economic crisis. Okay, we have to understand what are the problems with our policy makers. Okay, otherwise you will be in trouble. In last 6 months, according to a data, 2 crore people have lost their jobs, and officially we have minus 23% GDP for the previous quarter. Now IMF is predicting 10% contraction in the economy, whereas even Pakistan is having 1.5% contraction, but we have 10% contraction. Bangladesh is having positive GDP value. Okay, imagine. So how worst our economy is being managed. Okay, so upcoming consequences are very problematic. Okay, so why means for any business company, they think only about investment. Okay, if it is possible for them to gain profit, they will invest. Otherwise, they don't. So when there will be when they can sell their products and when they can gain profit out of it, when there is demand in the market. Okay, so if we go on trolling a particular advertisement by a brand, so then that will be other companies will worry. Okay, so if we try to promote something our product, okay, so if consumers of this country will take it in this manner, how we can operate. So there are more business consequences. Okay, investors will be worried. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅವ್ರ ಅಂಗಡಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ನಿ ಕಲ್ಲೊಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, so how they will get confidence to invest? If there are no investments, there will be no new companies, no jobs. Okay, so this is the problem. That's why as a society, if we have broad mind, then only investors will come. Okay, if land order is proper, if there is demand in the market for products, then only situation can improve. Otherwise, simply it cannot improve. We will go further down. Okay, and we may be in our own illusion. Okay, reality is different from illusion, and that is proved by the statistics released by IMF recently. Okay, so the designer to be creative should have an open mind. Okay, so this is the problem. Now our society is moving towards gaining a closed mind, very narrow mind. Okay, so then there will be problem like trolling an ad which try to communicate. Okay, so be united. What okay, so if some company try to convey that, okay, so there should be oneness, there should be unity, we think that itself is incorrect. Okay, we are in such a situation. So the designer to be creative should have an open mind to examine all possibilities of use of an idea before discarding it. Okay, so again, if the society is narrow minded, then that will restrict the solutions for a problem. Okay, even solutions for ad makers. Now ad makers have to think twice or thrice about the consequences of a ad. Okay, it will affect their creative space. It will reduce the creative space of ad makers. Okay, similarly, it is not only with the Tanish, this is not only the one example. Even this happened with Surf Excel. Okay, last year Surf Excel also come up with an ad that was also controversy, and recently for Zomato also. Okay, so if this type of issues repeatedly if they occur, investors instead of coming to India, they will invest in other countries. Okay, why? If you can look at the beginning of this corona pandemic, we assume that, okay, so most of the investors want to go away from China, so they will start investing in India. That was the expectation. Okay, but now that is not happening. Instead of coming to India, investors are investing in Bangladesh, in Indonesia, in Vietnam. Okay, so why they prefer these countries than India? What was the reason? Okay, so these things you should know. Otherwise, okay, we all are going to face a lot of consequences. Okay, so next, creative process or process of idealization, I will continue in next class on Thursday. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise,